Everybody thinks that you automatically get Social Security and Medicare when you reach a certain age. And I don't really know any of the details, but that's pretty common knowledge that you're gonna get it. Well, it's not true. In order to get Social Security and Medicare, you have to work and pay those taxes, your FICA, for a certain amount of time to qualify. So if I was a stay-at-home mom, I was a homemaker my entire life, and I never paid Social Security taxes, I never worked, I wouldn't qualify. But the government's got me. They're gonna say, well, you have a qualifying spouse, but you have to be married at least 10 years. So if I was married at least 10 years, the fact that I never worked, paid Social Security taxes, I will qualify for Medicare because I was married to him for 10 years. He worked and he paid the FICA. Even if we get divorced, even if he's remarried, my Medicare's good. Even if I remarry, my Medicare's good. I'm gonna get Medicare, I'm gonna be eligible for Medicare at 65. Now, let's say he didn't work a full 10 years. Now we got a problem because now Medicare Part A is not free at 65. It's not premium free because I didn't pay in and my spouse didn't pay in. So I can pay for Medicare Part A, but it's pricey. So the way Social Security and Medicare do it, they break it down into quarters, and you have to have 40 quarters, and you don't want to know exactly how the sausage is made. You have Google, you can Google all that. I'm just trying to make it simple, okay? Medicare for dummies. So you gotta have 40 quarters. Well, let's say you only have 39 quarters. You don't get premium free Medicare Part A, you gotta pay for it. And you will have to pay, it's under $300. It's like $257, something like that. That's in 2021, so clearly that goes up every year depending on what year you're watching this. So you're gonna have to pay that for Part A, and then you gotta pay for your Part B, which is gonna be at least $150. And then you're gonna buy your supplemental insurance and your drug coverage. So we're talking a big amount of money spent on healthcare right now. So it would be ideal if you get your Medicare Part A premium free. And you can do that if you're 1 quarter short, go back to work. Work for that quarter. We'll tell you how, or the Google will tell you how, so that you can get that Medicare Part A for free. Now that's if you were just 1 quarter short. Let's say you were more than 30 quarters short. You instead of you're 1/3 short. Now you got to pay the full price for Medicare Part A, and in 2021, that's like $421. Okay, you can tell by my reticence here that I'm not 100% sure on the exact amount. The exact amount doesn't count. You get my idea. It's expensive. Okay, so if you were close, you had 30 to 39 quarters, you're only going to pay $250, and if you didn't come close, you're going to pay $420. Basically, you're going to pay about double. And that also comes into play when we have people that move here that haven't paid in. They've worked elsewhere and they need to buy premium Medicare Part A. A lot of times we have doctors and lawyers and high professionals that immigrate here and they're able to pay that. But for most of my clients, that paying for Medicare Part A is very expensive. Let's talk about Social Security. So Social Security, you have to work your 40 years, your 40 quarters, your 10 years to get your Social Security benefit. And they base how much money you get off your highest 35 years of earnings. You want to know what your earnings look like? You want to know what your pool of money looks like that you've accrued to date? Make a free account at ssa.gov. It takes you like 10 minutes. You're going to want to copy the front and the back of your driver's license and secret passwords and all that stuff. But then that will tell you if you died today, what would your spouse get? If you became disabled today, what would you get? What would your minor kids get? What would your spouse get? If you retired today, how much retirement could you get? If you waited a year, how much more would it grow? If you waited 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So that's your money. It's your information. Go claim it. Go to socialsecurity.gov and go figure out what you've already done so far. Now, if you haven't worked enough to qualify for Social Security retirement on your own, just like we talked about Medicare, you can be married to someone. So if I was married to my spouse, again, it's the same time, at least 10 years, and my spouse qualifies for Social Security retirement because he paid in, the fact that I never worked, that I never paid any Social Security taxes, I can still qualify and get my Medicare based off that marriage, based off him as the worker. And I can also get Social Security retirement based off him as the worker. Regardless if he's remarried, if he's married and divorced several times, I'm still gonna qualify based off the marriage being the qualifying event because I was married to him at least 10 years. And I can get Social Security spousal benefits. Now there's more to it, what age I draw and how much I get based on drawing early and if I'm able to marry yet and all that stuff. But the key factor is for those people that didn't earn enough credits, they can draw off their better half, their spouse. They were legally married at least 10 years. If you're not legally married, if you're just partnered up, watch my video on common law marriage. That'll answer some of your questions. Thank you for watching me. Please let my family here at the Medicare Family help your family with your retirement, Medicare, Social Security questions.